So, the movie starts with a sharpshooter named Drasa, who is a sniper who has been waiting for his prey for a long time. And as soon as his target comes in front of him, he kills him with a single bullet. And then the bullet shell that he killed his target with, he takes it with him. And from here, the scenes shift to Levi. It is known that he is also a sharpshooter and has also been a soldier of the army. At this time, he is called Miss Bartho in a facility who had gone to work for a secret mission. While checking Levi's report in front of Levi, he was looking very impressed with Levi because Levi had made more than 200 kills possible with his single shot. That is, he had killed more than 200 people with the help of his sniper. His aim was very good. Now they talk to Levi and hire him for their secret mission. On the other hand, we are shown Drasa again, who has come to her dad in Russia. Drasa is a bounty hunter. For this money, she does the job of killing others. But after that, she also regrets what she did. Every year, she used to give those bullet shells to her dad, from which she had killed her targets, so that her sorrow becomes a little lighter. But now her dad was tired of all this. He was tired of his life, which had no one. He tells his daughter, Drasa, I have decided. If you don't die by the 14th of February next year, I will kill myself on the 14th of February. Whether you are with me that day or wherever you are, say goodbye to me once. Hearing this, Drasa also gets sad and goes back. When it is shown here that Levi was brought by helicopter to the border between Russia and the US, where he had to stay for a year after ending contact with the outside world. After getting down from the helicopter, he decides to travel for 3 days to reach his destination. On the way, he also meets his senior, whose duty was now over, and he was getting a chance to go back to his home after a year. The senior was very happy to meet Levi. He says that you are the first person I have been able to talk to in a year. Anyway, now he starts telling Levi the rules here. He says you have to give duty on this tower. This east tower is ours, which represents the US. And across this river, that west tower is of Russia. Assume that these are the borders of the United States and Russia. You have to stay here and give duty for a year without talking to anyone. Your main duty will be here. After every little while, you have to put a bullet in the machine gun. If any tracking device goes wrong, you have to fix it. And if you hear any kind of siren from below, you have to run very fast from here. So fast that you have to cross a 4-kilometer road in one breath. Surprised, Levi asks, "Why are you saying all this?" Then he tells the senior, "My senior gave me this instruction. His senior gave him this instruction. And I am giving you the same instructions. We don't know anything more than this." Now Levi asks him another question. Why is so much security kept here? Hearing this, the senior gets up and throws a bomb down. As soon as it explodes under the bomb, it sounds very strange, as if they are some dangerous creatures. The senior tells, "This place between the east and west tower is called the Gorge. No one goes here. And assume that there are some dangerous creatures in it. It is our job to stop them from coming to the upper world. If these creatures come up, you have to kill them with a machine gun. This is the only job of the East and West Tower." After telling all this, the senior leaves from here. It was shown that a helicopter had come to pick him up, who took some information from the senior, asked about working here, and then he took him and left from here, but not too far. A little further, when Levi's eyes went away, he cut the senior's rope, and he fell into the gorge, which clearly means that whoever did the duty here, he did not go back to his house. And this thing was not even told to people. That is, now Levi will not be able to escape from here, and that innocent does not even know anything about it. Anyway, the scene is cut, and we are shown Levi's next day life. He had started his work, reloaded the finished bullets in the machine gun, checked some systems here, and then fixed the tracking device. After this, he gives all the details to his headquarters and starts searching for the rest of the things here. The day went on. One day he heard the sounds of machines running from the West Tower. He thought, "Let me check." From a distance, when he looked ahead, there was a girl there, about whom we know that she is a terrorist. Like Levi, she has been given a job at the West Tower, that she has to guard the border and has to kill the monsters coming from the gorge below. Although they were far from each other, they could still contact each other. But for months, they kept thinking whether they should contact each other or not. One day it is shown that Drasa was sitting to celebrate her birthday. Drasa was not getting anything exciting, so she shot the bullet and attracted Levi to her. She wrote on a board and asked his name. Levi told her that it is not allowed to tell the name here. Drasa feels a little weird, and she writes on the board and says to Levi, "Today is my birthday, and I will do whatever I want. I have started dancing now. You just look at me and tell me what is your favorite move." Poor Levi did not know how to dance. She told him this. So Drasa did not ask, then what comes? Levi said, "I just know how to shoot." Drasa decided to do the same test and went to her room and kept a bottle, which Levi also broke in the same shoot, and told her that he was really a very good sniper. Drasa also likes to show her skills. She also breaks a bottle in Levi's room, and then to see Levi's reaction, as soon as he sees Levi's tower. Then he suddenly wakes up, because there was a strange creature climbing on top. On Levi's tower, he did not take a second, and started shooting the creatures. Levi also did not understand what Drasa was doing when he saw the creatures coming up from below. Then immediately he also took his position, and while firing bullets, killed all the creatures coming up, in which Drasa also supported him a lot. Drasa, who was focused on Levi's tower, he did not see his tower. A monster came close to him on his tower before he attacked Drasa. At the right time from behind, Levi shoots him and kills him. The mission ends in the morning, and Drasa tells Levi that this was the best birthday of my life. Levi laughs, and both of them start their work. All the machine gun bullets they had used, these people start filling it again. Days go by, and it is shown that a lot of time has passed. During this time, the friendship between Drasa and Levi had increased a lot. These people were far, but they spent a lot of time with each other. They played chess with each other, they went to the drums and entertained each other, and they also talked to each other. Let's see, the day of the 14th of February comes, when Drasa's dad decided to die. This day was very difficult for Drasa, and he wrote a message and told Levi that this day is very difficult for me. I wish someone was with me that day. Then what? Levi starts his preparations. He makes a gadget from the things he has and decides to go to the West Tower by wire. He throws his rope to the West Tower through a small rocket and ties Drasa well. And before coming back, Levi writes to him, "How was it that we had dinner together today?" Hearing this, Drasa was very happy, and now Levi started his journey through the wire. He went halfway due to gravity, but he had to hang and face the rest of the journey with difficulty. But finally he was with Drasa now. On the other hand, Drasa was standing for flowers to welcome him. But at this time, Levi's condition was very bad. He had worked hard for 2 hours. He needed to freshen up. After freshening up, it is seen that they both sit for dinner. While having dinner, Drasa finally tells him, why was today so difficult for him? She tells him that his dad must have died today. That's why she was very sad. To distract Drasa, Levi tells him his background story, that his dad, grandpa were all soldiers. While talking, these people start dancing and spend a lot of time together. Levi spent the night here, and in the morning to go back, he hung from his wire. But by mistake, this wire collided with his tower mine, and due to the bomb blast, the wire broke, and Levi fell straight into the gorge. To save Levi's life, Drasa also takes some parachutes and guns and jumps into the gorge, which was filled with water. There was a strange yellow light in this water, and there were strange things everywhere. At this time, Levi was hanging upside down from a tree, and a huge creature with many legs comes to attack him, which Levi shoots with his gun and kills. But at this time, the branch of the tree also breaks, with which he was hanging. He comes down and falls on another creature. The creature opens its mouth as soon as it falls on him, and puts its teeth on its body. Before this creature completely absorbs Levi, Drasa arrives at the right time and shoots at the tentacles of this creature and saves Levi's life. Before people could relax here, strange creatures like horses come to attack them. Whatever creature was here, it was not in its original state. It seemed as if these creatures were a hybrid of 2 or 3 things. Like these horses were coming out of them with strange tentacles, and the humans on them were of the shape of a tree and a human. Both of them take their guns to save their lives and try to move forward by killing all the enemies in front of them. Basically, they had to go back to their towers from here, But Drasa had lost her device while coming down, which used to pull them up through the rope. They have to come inside this gorge even if they don't want to, where we see that the smoke around them was yellow. It strangely turns into blue. And they see a facility here, which was of a scientist who had made a bomb for the first time. There was a whole community around this facility. Drasa and Levi were surprised to see that such a whole community can be destroyed. They were feeling danger all around. To escape from this, they went inside a church. But there was no less danger inside this church. There were huge spiders here, whose faces were human instead of face, and their teeth were very dangerous. And they suddenly jump and attack Levi and Drasa. Both of them shoot these spiders from above and get out of here. And they enter another facility. This place looked like a lab to them. They get a DVD in this lab, which was a video of a doctor, which was telling the details of the experiment. Actually, those people were experimenting on the DNA of humans. They wanted to turn humans into superhumans, and they wanted to use these superhumans in their defense system. That is, they wanted to turn these superhumans into soldiers. But their experiment went wrong, because of which DNA of everything started getting inside the DNA of humans. That is why many types of hybrids were formed here. DNA of humans went inside the trees, whereas DNA of trees went inside the humans. Similarly, any tree could grow here, which could talk and walk like humans, and any human could also look like this, from which branches are coming out. One strange thing they also tell is that their experiment was so dangerous that organs also started growing inside the trees. Hence, the DNA of humans and trees was also mixed inside the small insects and insects. Like we saw a spider just now. It had a human face on its mouth. While watching this DVD, Levi does some more research here, and he gets a little advanced computer here. By running this computer, more secrets are revealed in front of Levi. He learns about a secret company, from which he gets to know that along with making humans superhumans, they were also doing many dangerous experiments. They had also made a missile. If it is targeted somewhere, then along with its explosion, it can destroy a radius of 4 kilometers around it. After reading this, he understood why his seniors were telling him to run 4 kilometers away on the sound of a siren. They must be talking about the explosion of this missile. No matter what, Levi understood that this is the facility of Ms. Bartho, and to save her dangerous experiments from the world, she used to hire soldiers like Drasa and Levi on the east and west towers. They used to kill every monster and creature coming from the gorge, to keep the world away from their truth. From the things present here, these people find out that the government has no hand behind this experiment. Neither the Russian government nor the US government. They find out that Ms. Bartho used to get all the work done by drones. But still, all the work could not be done by drones and robots. Like changing the tracking device, filling the machine gun with bullets, they needed humans for such tasks. That's why Drasa and Levi were here today. After realizing all the truth, these people immediately try to run away from here. But in the meantime, some creatures surround them and bring their weapons bag in front of them. This could have been a trap for these monsters. But Drasa and Levi decided to take their bag, because if they didn't have a gun, then what would these people fight for? As soon as Drasa comes to grab the bag, someone closes her legs in his trap, pulling her to another place, which was the red zone. Everywhere was covered in red dust, and we can guess that this place is more dangerous than before. Levi also went to help Drasa, but he didn't know where to find Drasa. Here we see that the creature that looks like a tree hanged Drasa upside down. He was a scientist who used to work in this facility, and his name was B. Shaw. B. Shaw injures Drasa and checks her DNA, and he finds out that these people are new here. Because for 5 days, Drasa used to turn into a weird hybrid creature. Drasa thought that this creature was a threat to her, so she got rid of herself and started fighting with this creature. While fighting, Drasa gets a sharp object on her hand, from which she repeatedly attacks this human-like tree. But it was impossible to kill her. He says that he can breathe with oxygen like humans, and he can also take carbon dioxide like a tree. Before he could attack Drasa and kill her, Levi enters from behind. He shoots him from a distance, and after that, he sets all his roots on fire. Now these people decide to go back, but it was almost impossible to go to the other side from here. There was a strange net here, which was made of human and plant DNA. There were a lot of human organs in this net, and like the roots of trees, it was spread like a network. In simple language, humans and trees were connected here. Now they had to take the risk. These people enter the net. And slowly moving forward, these people were somehow parking this net. But suddenly, Drasa's foot was kept in the wrong place. In the same way, the human-like plant with roots gets activated and immediately attacks Drasa. Before the plant does anything to her, Levi pulls Drasa out of the net and burns the plant with his fire gun. In the red zone, they finally get a car, which was a gift for them. They sit in the car and come to the blue zone. Through this car, they cross the blue zone very quickly and came to the yellow zone, where the tree-like humans attack them again. Levi deals with this, while Drasa gets the rope, with the help of which they could go up. But the gadget below it, that's why Drasa ties the Jeep with this rope, so that they can go up with the help of the Jeep. Now, as they were climbing up, the creatures of the gorge were constantly behind them. They were trying to kill them. Drasa and Levi both fight them. They don't lose. While climbing up, they were sitting in the car. These people kept shouting at them, while killing, when these people get tired and are very close to their destination. So Levi makes a very clever move here. He opens the petrol tank of his Jeep, with which the petrol falls down, and drenches all the creatures, and as soon as they come up, Levi burns them all with his fire gun, and these creatures die here, and finally these people come up. They had found out such a big truth about the gorge. Now these people were not going to be part of this family mission. They both decide that they will leave this place soon and go somewhere far and live their new life. Drasa shares with Levi that she has a place in France, about which no one knows and no one will be able to find it there. At this time, these two were on the west tower of Drasa. Levi says to Drasa, "I go to my tower at this time and set a time bomb there, so that all the things there are destroyed, and no one knows about us. After activating this time bomb, I will turn on that missile, which will finish the gorge below, and all these family experiments will be over. There will be no danger to the world from them." After making his plan, he had come to the East Tower, where Miss Bartho contacts him as soon as he comes. Actually, he had found out that their computers were activated in the gorge below. He asked Levi, "Did you activate these computers?" Levi lies clearly. "No, I did not go down." She understood that if Levi did not go down, then Drasa must have gone down from the other side, and they have found out the truth about the gorge somewhere. So she decides that the next day, she will kill both Drasa and Levi, because if they come to the world, then they will bring the truth of Miss Bartho in front of the world. The next day it is shown that both Drasa and Levi were preparing to go from here, and were tying the wire. Levi was trying to activate the bomb. And at the same time, Miss Bartho arrives for her helicopter. After seeing Miss Bartho, Levi understood that she has definitely come to kill him, so he immediately runs away from here. And Miss Bartho's people follow him. People, his drones, helicopters, everyone was now behind Levi. Levi knew that he had to destroy all this and go ahead, so he slows down his speed and takes a very big shot of his life. Many kilometers away, he had shot his device, which was connected to the missile below. As soon as he shoots this machine, the missile explodes in a few seconds below. He shoots and runs as fast as possible. On the other hand, Levi also knew his plan. She also ran very far from there. But fate did not allow them to meet. Drasa was saved from that bomb, but Levi was caught in the fire of that bomb, and there he fell into the water and was killed. But the good thing was that below the gorge, that strange and poor facility was over, by which the world could be in danger one day. It is shown that despite being saved by Drasa, she did not go into the world for 5 days, because she had actually lived in the gorge. So they decided that they would not go to the populated area for 5 days, because if any kind of virus attacked them, then it will come out after 5 days, when Drasa does not change at all for 5 days. So she decides to go to the populated area from here. It is shown after a long time that Drasa still remembers Levi. She had read the poetry written by Levi many times, and even today she was sitting and crying. The secret place of France about which she had told Levi, where she had started a job as a waitress. one day while doing the job. Surprisingly, Levi comes in front of her, the way these people used to talk to each other with their dovers. Levi writes and asks her, "Will I get rabbit pie?" which she had eaten while doing a salad dinner last time. Seeing this, Drasa's happiness does not end, and she goes into excitement and hugs Levi. And with these people's surprise and good reunion, this movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.